last lecture, we guys have derived the Mayer's relation class. Now, today, by using that Mayer's relation, we will calculate the adiabatic ratio for the monoatomic gas, diatomic gas, and the polyatomic gas. So that is the topic for today's lecture. So let's start our session. As you know, class, in last lecture when we derived the Mayer's relation, Mayer's relation is nothing but it's a relation between the molar specific heat at constant pressure and molar specific heat at constant volume. Now today we will also see can we express the relation between the principal specific heat, molar specific heat we very well know. Okay, so can we also express the relation between the molar specific heat and the principal specific heat at constant pressure and at constant volume. So let's start with that relation only. So from this relation where we say Cp is equal to Cv plus R, we can easily say that therefore Cp minus Cv is going to be equal to the universal gas constant, that is equal to R. But now class, what is Cp and Cv? We know that Cp and Cv is nothing but the specific heat. They are the specific heat, and we measure the heat normally in the calorie. Okay, and from where the R came? The R came from the term work done. Okay, so in Mayer's relation, basically they have tried to bring the equilibrium, the equivalent between the heat energy एंड द वर्क डन, इन दोनों के बीच में एक रिलेशन स्टैब्लिश करने का ट्राई किया है. बट प्रॉब्लम ये है कि नॉर्मली वर्क डन हम लोग जूल में मेजर करते हैं एंड जो तुम्हारा हीट है वो हम कैलोरी में मेजर करते हैं. तो Cp and Cv normally we measure in the calorie, where R is we measure in the joule. Okay, so what we can do then, we can also express the R in terms of the calorie, and for that we can just modify the equation as a Cp minus Cv is going to be equal to R by J. Otherwise in numerical you have to just take care of that. Either you convert calorie into joule or you convert joule into calorie. So that equivalent you have to do by solving the numerical. You cannot take the two different unit and then you can solve the numerical. Okay, so that was the first thing, that we can modify the equation as a Cp minus Cv, that's equal to R by J. Now let's start. It can be expressed the relation between the principal specific heat, which depends upon the mass. So we know that the molar specific heat, the formula for that is nothing but equal to C equals to dq upon n dt, right? That was, we know that. Now what is n equals to here? Then n is nothing but equals to, in terms of the mass, we can write n equals to the mass of the gas dividing with the molecular weight. So this equation will become, therefore we can write C as a dq upon m naught into dt, which we can write as a m naught into dq upon m dt. Okay, dq upon m dt. Now remember, what is dq upon m dt? The heat energy per unit mass per unit temperature. So temperature class, remember, no? It's a temperature. This is not time. This is not time. This is temperature. Okay. Now, what is this dq upon m dt? And we know dq upon m dt is nothing but your principal specific heat, that is dq upon m dt. So from that equation will become, therefore C is going to be m naught into S. So we can write C is nothing but equals to m naught into S. Then what is molar specific heat at constant pressure? On the similar base we can write, therefore Cp is going to be m naught into Sp and Cv is going to be m naught into Sv. Now these values we are going to substitute in the relation where we have Cp minus Cv equal to R by J. So we can write, therefore m naught Sp minus m naught Sv is going to be R by J, taking m naught common, and when we will divide with that m naught term, we are going to have a relation Sp minus Sv is going to be R upon M naught J. So even we can have a relation between the principal specific heat. That's the relation which we have derived right now. Okay. Now next we are going to calculate the adiabatic ratio. What is adiabatic ratio? It's nothing but the ratio of molar specific heat at constant pressure to molar specific heat at constant volume. Okay. First, for monatomic gas. For monatomic gas, what is the number of degree of freedom? याद होगा इसके पहले वाले क्लास में हम लोगों ने क्लास बिफोर हम लोगों ने डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम किए थे. So we know that for monatomic gas we are having only 3 translational degrees of freedom, and so the total degree of freedom we can calculate as a 3. Now we know that the energy per molecule, because of each degree of freedom, we know 1 by 2, each translational degree of freedom, we know that is equal to 1 by 2 kBT. Therefore, the total internal energy of that single monoatomic gas is going to be equal to 3 by 2 kBT, as it is having the 3 degree of freedom. Okay, this is per molecule. So if we have to cut the total energy, okay, per mole, we have to multiply with the Avogadro number, and so it will become 3 by 2 Na kBT. Now what is Na into kV? We know equal to universal gas constant R. So total energy per mole will become 3 by 2 RT. Now if you can remember the previous class, what is the principal specific heat in terms of internal energy at constant volume? So we have a relation that Cv is nothing but it is du by dt. So if I will differentiate that u, which is 3 by 2 RT, we will have Cv equals to 3 by 2 R using the Mayer's relation, where Cp is nothing but Cv plus R. So Cp कितना हो जाएगा? It is 3 by 2 R plus R, that's equals to 5 by 2 R. Next, very simple, we got the value of Cv and Cp. Now we have to calculate adiabatic ratio, and so the adiabatic ratio for the monoatomic gas is going to be Cp by Cv. Substitute the value of Cp as a 5 by 2 R and Cv as a 3 by 2 R. We will have the value of gamma, which is the adiabatic ratio for the monoatomic gas, that will be 5 by 3. So in this way we calculate the adiabatic ratio for any gases. So the 5 by 3 is a value for the monoatomic gas. Clear? Now next one for the rigid diatomic. हमने देखा था diatomic gas में we are having the two kinds of diatomic gas. One is rigid, one is non-rigid. When I say rigid, it means the temperature is low. At lower temperature, the most of the diatomic gas they are behaving as a rigid diatomic gas. That means the bonding between them is very strong. But the moment we increase the temperature, that bond becomes that it weakens in their strength. उसका strength थोड़ा कमजोर होता है, and as a result they start vibrating. ठीक है, उनका जो bond है थोड़ा सा weak हो जाता है. Clear? So in diatomic gas, how many degrees of freedom पढ़ा था हम लोगों ने? कितना था? We are having the 3 translational degrees of freedom and 2 rotational degrees of freedom if they are rigid. If they are rigid, they cannot vibrate. So they don't have the vibrational degrees of freedom. So 3 translational and 2 rotational. So total कितना हो गया? 5. Now again, each translational and rotational degrees of freedom they contribute 1 by 2 kBT. So इसका कितना हो जाएगा per molecule? 5 degrees of freedom. So 5 into 1 by 2 kBT, it will become 5 by 2 kBT. So per mole, multiplying with the Avogadro number, 5 by 2 Na kBT, and so it will be 5 by 2 RT. Again, we have to calculate the Cv. You know, Cv is nothing but we have to differentiate the U over here with respect to temperature. So Cv is going to be d by dt of 5 by 2 RT. That will become 5 by 2 R. Cp, same. Cp is nothing but Cv plus R. So adding R with the 5 by 2 R will become 7 by 2 R. So next we have to find out adiabatic ratio. So gamma is going to be Cp is 7 by 2 R and Cv is 5 by 2 R. On solving, we will get the value as a 7 by 5. Now looking this value 7 by 5, can you recall something? We can recall in 11th standard, while doing the velocity of sound, Newton's formula, in Newton's formula there was some error right now, and those error was corrected by the Laplace. How he has corrected? He has introduced a Laplace constant gamma, and the value he has taken is a 1.4. Why it took as a 1.4? Remember class, 1.4 because in air most of the gases are diatomic. It is make up oxygen and the nitrogen comprises almost 99%, right? So 99%, even more than that, gases are diatomic. For diatomic, at lower temperature, the gamma value is 7 by 5. That's equal to 1.4. So from here he has substituted the value of 1.4. So it was not an imaginary number. It was a calculated value, 7 by 5, 1.4. So he has corrected the value as a replace that gamma with the 1.4, and he got the velocity of sound very correct, and the difference was very minimum. The error was very less. Okay. So we have the adiabatic ratio for the diatomic gas as a 7 by 5. Now we'll take non-rigid also. Okay. So the moment we will take the non-rigid, what changes will occur? One more term will come, and that will be your vibrational degrees of freedom. So next is for non-rigid vibrating diatomic gas. So here most of terms are same, only just little bit changes we have to make, and that changes is nothing but we have to bring the vibrational term, vibrational degrees of freedom. So degrees of freedom, there we have a 3 translational, 2 rotational, and with that now we have a 1 vibrational degrees of freedom. Now class recall, we know that each translational and each rotational degrees of freedom, they contribute a half kBt, but each vibrational degrees of freedom, they contribute kBt. That you have to keep in mind. Okay. In that lecture also I had explained this term. So here internal energy per molecule will become, because of 3 translational, it will be 3 by 2 kBt, because of 2 rotational, so 2 by 2 kBt, and because of 1 vibrational, it will be kBt. When you will add all, it will become 7 by 2 kBt. That is per molecule. Per mole, it will be 7 by 2 Na kBt. Okay. So it is going to be 7 by 2 RT. Again, we have to find out the CV and CP value. So CV is nothing but the derivative of internal energy U. So that will become 7 by 2 R. And on adding further R, that CP will become 9 by 2 R. Okay. So once we know we have the value of CP and CV, the terms become very simple to calculate your adiabatic ratio. So your gamma will become 9 by 2R upon 7 by 2R, and that is equals to 9 by 7. Okay, simple. Now the last one. Now we'll take the polyatomic gas. And polyatomic gas, class, there are 2 chances. Those gases molecule can be linear and can be non-linear. What we have to keep in mind, the changes I will tell you, the difference I will tell you. If it is a linear polyatomic, then remember you have to take only 2 rotational degrees of freedom if they are linear polyatomic gas, because if they are linear means all the molecules are aligning in the same line. So say they cannot rotate about those particular axes about which they have been arranged. Okay, तो आपको वो एक rotational degrees of freedom कम हो जाएगा. And if they are non-linear, so they have all the axes about which they can rotate. Okay, समझ में आया? इसको सिंपल आपको एक सिंपल सा यहाँ पे डेमो दे दूं. अगर मैंने triatomic gas लिया, if I take a triatomic gas, if this triatomic gas, if they are going to be collinear along the same line, and if I will define the 3 axes over here, okay, 3 axes. Now this triatomic molecule, they can rotate about y-axis, they can rotate about z-axis, but they can't rotate about x-axis. डिटेल के लिए डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम का लेक्चर आप लोग रेफर कर लो। बट अगर मैं उसको नॉन कोलिनियर कर दूं, if I take it non collinear, now you take axis anywhere, now you take axis anywhere. Okay, now here you can see this triatomic gas, it can rotate about y-axis, it can rotate about z-axis, it can even now rotate about x-axis. ये लाइन तो नहीं करेगा, but ये मॉलिक्यूल का रोटेशन पॉसिबिलिटी है. It can rotate about x-axis. It is having 3 degrees of freedom, 3 rotational degrees of freedom. Okay, so if they are going to be linear polyatomic, only 2 rotational degrees of freedom. If they are non-linear polyatomic gases, they are having 3 rotational degrees of freedom. Now, as long as the vibrational term is concerned, of course, they will describe, they will define. Okay. तो ये टर्म आपको दिया रहेगा कि हाउ मेनी वाइब्रेशनल डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम वी हैव. यहाँ पे हमने एक वेरिएबल लिया है f करके. So let's say they are having the 3 translational. Since I am talking about only non-linear polyatomic gas, हम लोगों ने लिया है 3 translational, 3 rotational and f vibrational degrees of freedom. So as a result, total degrees of freedom कितना हो जाएगा? 3 plus 3 6 and then plus f. F is a variable term. Now same thing. Because of each translational, degrees of freedom will be, each translational will contribute 1 by 2 kBt, each rotational 1 by 2 kBt, and each vibrational kBt. So here 3 translational, so per molecule, 3 translational, so per molecule, and the energy, because of translational we have 3 by 2 kBt. Because of rotational we have 3 by 2 kBt, and because of vibrational each degree of freedom gives kBt, we are having the f degree of freedom, so it will become f into kBt. Addition कितना हो जाएगा? 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2, 6 by 2, that is equal to 3, and then plus f, taking kBt common, so it is going to be 3 plus f kBt. Okay, this is the total energy per molecule. If we have to find for per mole, we have to multiply with the Avogadro number, that is Na. So Na kb 3 plus f Na kbt, and then Na kb we will replace with the universal gas constant R, so 3 plus f RT, and because of that Cv कितना हो जाएगा? Derivative of this, that will be 3 plus f R. Cp we have to add one more R. When we will add one more R, it will become 4 plus f R. Okay, so that is your the value of Cp and Cv. Once you know Cp and Cv, gamma Cp by Cv 4 plus Fr upon 3 plus Fr, and thus the gamma value is going to be 4 plus F upon 3 plus F. ठीक है. So class, आज अपना इतना सेशन था कि हमें आज एडियाबेटिक रेशियो निकालना था for the monoatomic, diatomic and non-linear polyatomic. अच्छा, यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग लीनियर ले लेंगे तो क्या चेंजेस आ जाएगा? अगर लीनियर लेंगे तो सिर्फ वो जो 3 by 2 kBt है रोटेशनल का, वो कितना हो जाएगा? 2 by 2 kBt. सो चेंजेस क्या आएगा? जहाँ पे 3 है वहां पे कितना हो जाएगा? 5 by 2. ठीक है ना, 3 की जगह आ जाएगा 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 plus f kBt for linear polyatomic gas. Okay, then 5 by 2 plus f R. Cp कितना हो जाएगा? 5 by 2 plus 1 7 by 2, 7 by 2 plus f R. तो यहाँ पे क्या डिफरेंस आ जाएगा तुम्हारा? This will become 5 by 2, 7 by 2 plus f, and then 5 by 2 plus f. That accordingly you can make the changes. जब आपको numerical आएगा तो you have to be very careful कि what they are talking about, linear or non-linear. So be very careful. ठीक है? Also we have seen in our very first slide हमने क्या देखा था? Relation between the principal specific heat, where we talk about the mass. R upon Sp minus Sv was equal to R upon m naught into J. तो आज के लिए इतना ही. आई होप आपको आज के सेशन क्लियर हुआ होगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में वी विल टॉक अबाउट द रेडिएशन टर्म, एंड वी विल सी द वी विल आल्सो टॉक अबाउट द ब्लैक बॉडी एंड ऑल. तो नेक्स्ट लेक्चर से हम लोग रेडिएशन की बातें करेंगे। ओके, सो जब तक नेक्स्ट लेक्चर आता है तब तक टेक केयर। चलो बाय बाय, सी यू।